Today I want to tell you 10 songs that you should listen to as a Kenyan as we approach this general election. One thing that we wish to embrace is peace, love, and unity, no matter what the outcome. Anyway, before talking about these 10 songs, hit like, share, subscribe, and let's go! At number 10, Like a Phonics.
Kuna dada wa Kenya wenzangu, tusikubali kuhangaishwa na magaidi.
This song by Waidera has a very few viewership on YouTube, but the message is epic. The song asks for social accountability. The song has a message against terrorism and encourages citizens to work anywhere unhindered by any ethical boundaries. From my perspective, Kenyans should also elect leaders on where they reside, since going back to their homelands to choose leaders gives undeserving leaders a chance to ascend to powers in areas where they work. So vote in the county that you work in. At number 9, Sharia by Sarabi. This song was dropped in 2013 by Sarabi. Sharia is about the state of Kenya's politics and of the failure of Kenyan citizens to take responsibility for their contribution to the corrupt status quo. It reminds each and everyone on their responsibility to and for society. Instead of always shifting the blame to politicians, one should rather look at one's own individual action if we truly want change. This includes when electing leaders as election approaches, Kenyans are reminded to use the people's power ability to initiate change in the upcoming general elections. So they should not blame the leaders, but they should blame themselves for whoever they elect in the upcoming general elections. At number 8, Nchi ya Kitu Kidogo. Eric Wainaina released this song back in 2001. Wainaina reminds Kenyans that nation of the corrupt is the nation of the few. This masterpiece is a wake-up call to Kenyans that they are ruled by the few greedy individuals. It therefore asks Kenyans to stand up against the few and make a change. Same is the scenario ahead on every electioneering day. Kenya should rise and be the change makers, lest we forget. At number 7, Kenyan Message. Muthoni the drama queen released this song sometimes back in March 2017, which was an election year. The song touches on the country's pathetic political system, poor health services, and other vital services that Kenyans are struggling to get. Muthoni expressed rage against the politicians who claim that the results are predetermined by the system. She reminds Kenyans that their vote, their voice, and the only hope for a better tomorrow is through the voting system. To those who wish to stay at home in fear that it was long decided, it is a wake-up call that it ain't over until it's over. So wake up, go and vote on 9th of August 2022. At number 6, Think.
Mama alinifunza eti mtakacha mvunguni ni sharti iname.
This song was done by Heart the Band back in 2017 as well. Currently, it has more than 73,000 views on YouTube. The song has part 1 and part 2. It draws inspiration from daily struggles that youth and Kenyans undergo. The song was made on the eve of elections to remind Kenyans to vote wisely, lest we renew our problems as always.
Dunia imenifunza eti mtakacha nguvuni ni sharti anitukane.
At number 5, Daima Mkenya. Originally done as Kenya only, Daima Mkenya was performed by Eric Wainaina and released way back in 2001 as well. However, the song dates back to the 90s. It rings so much to Kenyans back in 2007-2008 post-election violence, when it became all-station song urging citizens to shun violence and embrace peace. As the election approaches, this song therefore reminds youth to embrace peace no matter the outcome. At At number 4, Utawala. This masterpiece was released back in 2013 by Giuliani. So far, the song has more than 300,000 views on YouTube 9 years later. Giuliani creates an awareness to Kenyans on evils facing the country such as tribalism, selfishness, and corruption. These three ills make Kenyans to choose underperforming leaders. Tribalism makes us have selective amnesia that we can't see the ills of our tribesman. Selfishness leads to nepotism in various offices, and corruption tells it all. Giuliani's song is relevant to Kenyans to rethink of the leadership that they'll aid in ascending to the throne. So think again. At number 3, In My Head.
Africa, I'm writing you a love letter. Hope the message make you feel better.
Few days ago, Sauti collaborated with Calligraph Jones to release In My Head, which currently boasts of over 300,000 views on YouTube in just 7 days. Sauti reminds Kenyans that before they've heard of the same lies, especially from leaders with their glamorous manifestos which promises to be game changers. The band advises Kenyans that they may believe on the promises by the politicians, but reality is that they are lying to themselves. Youths are reminded of the fake job promises once promised, the hard economic times, and the impacts of bad leadership. Calligraph goes ahead to urge them to even try new blood.
Don't blame me, consider sisi wa bangi.
At number 2, Tujiangalie.
Barua toka Jaramogi na Kenyatta wanauliza kama Kenya kuko sawa.
This song was released by Sauti Sol in a collaboration with Nyashinski on 21st August 2018. The song is about the Kenyan society and its lack of integrity and accountability, which many have turned a blind eye on. This song calls on Kenyans to a self-reflection analysis and realize the country's worst state. Tujiangalie urges the youth to engage in meaningful political activism instead of trading chips on Twitter. As the election approaches, Kenyans are urged to think about tomorrow and arise to make a change, especially on the ballot during elections, by electing leadership with integrity. The song so far has more than 4 million views on YouTube alone. Before we talk about number 1, remember to like, share, and subscribe so that we can give you more of such content. At number 1, Wajinga Nyinyi King Kaka the Rabbit.
Dear Lord, today I come before you for 2 things. Grateful for keeping me alive even though unajua my day.
The song was released back in 2019 December 14th, a year after elections. King Kaka used his lyricist prowess to highlight the punitive methods Kenyans use to select their leaders only to complain later when things get tough. Reminds Kenyans of how they choose one leader to punish the other. As the election approaches, Kenyans are therefore advised to vote wisely and avoid voting on tribal and ethnic lines. Kaka's message is clear. We renew or solve our problems during elections, and choosing leaders to punish others is compared to fooling ourselves. The song so far has more than 3 million views on YouTube alone. Those are the 10 songs that you should listen to as the election approaches. So, what is how, like, just forget about all these tension. You know, all these tensions are always instigated with the people. So you are the people, go choose your leaders wisely and forget about anything. Okay, anything might happen. I mean, like, your leader or somebody I support might lose, or somebody you support might lose, but that's not the end of it. You know, we still have 5 years to go. It's either we make a change or we break it. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you again maybe another time, but endelea kushare, like and subscribe ndo watu wengi wakuwe educated about all these election things.